Alright, so today we are tuning a 2008 Sierra. It's got a BTR Stage 4 cam in it, and it's a 4.8. So, I got a kind of a bass tune on it right now. I'm gonna head to my house real quick. He lives a couple miles away from me. I'm gonna head to my house real quick and get a jump box. I think his battery's kind of weak, so I'm gonna grab my little jump box thing, and then we're gonna start tuning on this thing. It started right up pretty good this morning, so but this one should run pretty good. I gotta go home anyway. I gotta put the wideband on it and stuff. I didn't want to roll around on the dirt and stuff in his driveway, so I'm just gonna do it at my house real quick, and then I'm gonna drive around and then start tuning on it. We're gonna start with the VE tables only, and then we will jump over to the MAF. Right now it's blended, so just so I didn't want to flash it or anything in his house, so I just did it like that. I'm gonna go put some gas in it, and then we will start tuning on this thing. I'll show you guys my process. Yeah, I'll show you guys my process and stuff, how to do all this stuff. Not really complicated, it's very time consuming, that's all. So I would imagine I'm gonna spend about probably 2 to 3 hours on this vehicle easily, just dialing everything in. Right now the shift pressure is ridiculous. He's got a pretty badass shift kit in it, and I'm gonna tame it down at Park Waddle. Like, it's pretty bad right now. Stop this Casey's actually. Get some fuel, and then we will go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna turn that pressure down on the trains. It's too harsh. It's not good at all on the rear end or any of the components or anything. So, well, let me get some gas in this thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are working with a 2008 Sierra, so it's a Gen 4 engine. So we're going to start off doing VE table stuff only. So go over here to Engine Diagnostics, go to DTCs, P0103. You want to do it on the mill on first error, with the mill light come on. Go to airflow, you want to fail this mass airflow sensor, so we're going to fail it at 2 Hertz, and then the low one's going to be at 1 Hertz. 1 Hertz. There we go. Enter. And then we're going to go to engine. We're going to go to airflow dynamic. And then you're going to crank this thing up. High RPM disable. This is for filtered mass air. So we're going to turn it up to maximum 8,000. And then we're going to re-enable at 7900. 7900. Enter. And then on the fuel tables, go over to fuel. Oxygen sensors, come all the way down here. Long-term fuel trims, I'm going to turn those off too. So max those out, or you don't have to max them out. Just put them above what the coolant temp's going to be at. It's all based off of coolant temperature. And you're going to turn off deceleration fuel cutoff. So 400 on that one as well. And that should do it. And then now we are in speed density mode. So I'm going to save this one as a different file. And then I'm going to go ahead and flash it, and then we're going to be in speed density mode. All right, so the purpose of putting it in speed density mode right off the bat, right after you get it idling and stuff, you need to dial in the VE tables separately. So when you change things around in the engine, you know, like cams, heads, all that stuff, it changes the volumetric efficiency of this. So you need to dial them in separately. So GM vehicles are a blended system. So this one just flashed. Let's go ahead and start it up, and I'll continue explaining. And it may not run the best at the beginning, but this is definitely necessary, because this one's probably running really rich at idle, and it is not liking speed density right now. So what you'll do is put it in speed density, let it go into closed loop, see what they are, or if you have a wide bench, kind of adjust the fueling from there. You're gonna dial in, you're gonna fill in all these cells and stuff. So fill in the cells. You're gonna copy your data here. You're gonna paste it to the virtual volumetric efficiency. I always do by half on a virtual volumetric efficiency setup. you multiply by half, and then you copy it from the closed to the open one. There's an open and a closed manifold one, so you'll see a drop down menu. But before you do that, you want to calculate the coefficients on it. You want to make sure that that map is fairly smooth, and then you copy it. I'll go over the table there, and you just rinse and repeat until it's perfect. I usually get the fuel trims within about 2% or so, and then just go from there. Right now it is reading 0 data just because it isn't in closed loop yet. I'm just waiting for it to go in closed loop. This thing is not happy in speed density mode at all. It does not like it. But that is the purpose of this stuff. But again, they're a blended system, so from the factory on this vehicle, anything above 4,000 RPM filtered air mass is actually calculated, so it actually uses the MAF only above 4,000 RPM. Anything below that, it actually uses both tables. So that's why I call it a blended system. So this thing is not going in the closed loop for some reason. Let's force it. Force it to go in the closed loop. There we go. Let's see what it's doing. All right. I think just the idle needs to come up a little bit. Maybe the idle airflow or something. It's actually running okay. Dumping pretty good. But let's just go for a drive. Various RPMs and loads, hills, the highway, the not highway, stop, go, just various acceleration. I don't ever get on them in speed density mode. I save that for very last when it's all blended actually, and then I start dialing in the watt up and throttle stuff. But right now we are focusing on drivability, and that is my main goal with this one. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of driving on this one, and then I'll get back to you. Another thing too with Gen 4s, I've always noticed that when you flash them, it'll just start running rich all of a sudden, or reading rich. Just give it a minute. Give it about, I'd say three minutes or so, and it'll actually start clearing up by itself. So usually about the first couple of minutes of data on a reflash on a Gen 4, I usually ignore it and then just like refresh it and then start recording from there. I've always seen that on Gen 4s. I'm not really sure what it is. I couldn't even tell you what it is, but they always run super rich for some reason right after a flash. So if it doesn't really run good on a Gen 4, just deal with it for a little bit and it'll clear it up. Okay, so I've been driving it for about 10 minutes with the speed density only tune right now. It is super rich. We didn't really, like last time we kind of tuned on this thing, it was really just a quick 30-minute just to get it running better tune than the previous tune that was on it. It is running, oh gosh, anywhere between 14 to 25%, 27% rich. So it is super bad right now. I am going to fix this, definitely. It's going to take me some time. I would imagine I'm going to run through about a half tank of fuel on this just to get it dialed in. It's going to take me a couple hours, definitely. But I'm not going to record a couple hours of content. But you just want to various RPMs and loads. That's all you're going to do. Just fill in, you'll see a big old histogram. You'll fill in all these cells here. And then I'll show you guys here in a second what it looks like. But you just want to fill in all these cells right here. Like I said, you can take off slow, take off fast. The purpose is to get as much data as possible. And I usually do about a 30-minute drive or so, 30, 45 minutes, and then that'll get you enough. Just stop and go traffic, just various RPMs and loads. Adjust the tables, rinse and repeat. Okay, so there's the table I'm working with. You can see the blue area is where it is right now currently, and it's just filling in data. So like I said, various RPMs load. Right now I have it in second gear, and I'm just kind of just throttling it just so I can get all this data, and then we'll go for another drive. And you can see the higher RPM I get, the more map I get. And I usually go to about 4,000 RPM because anything after that, the mass air meter actually takes over. So I'm not really too concerned with anything above 4 grand, unless it's just a speed density only tune. Getting some good data right here. This will be good. I'm gonna get to adjust it up here in a little bit. Okay, so did about a 10-minute drive just to get a rough estimate of where I need to adjust at, and then I'm gonna adjust these VE tables like they are. So I'll show you the data that we got. All that green is rich, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up, and then I'll show you how to adjust this stuff. Okay, so I've got my log pulled up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get on short-term fuel trim. That's all I'm logging right now. The long terms should be zeroed out. If they're not, you need to reset them. So go over here, just copy, or you can go Control C. And then I'm gonna go back over here to the tune, go to Edit on a Gen 4 only. This is for Gen 4 stuff. Virtual volumetric efficiency. This is what we are adjusting right here. So I'm going to expand that. And then over here, you can see where it says manifold switch closed and open. Do not worry about DOD. It should be deleted anyway. It does you no good. So I'm gonna highlight this entire table. I'm gonna go to paste special. And then I think for this one, I'm gonna multiply by percentage. That'll do the entire percentage that is actually recorded. If you do by half, it's gonna do by half. So just because it is so far off, I'm going to go ahead and multiply by the whole percentage. So it'll give you this right here. We're gonna go up here and look at it, and wowzers, this is terrible looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and calculate coefficients, and then it's still a little peaky. So I am going to probably smooth this up manually and make it a lot better. So you can actually hit these little smooth buttons right here. So I'm gonna hit that one right there, and I think I'm gonna actually leave that alone. Calculate coefficients, and boom, it is done. Okay, so from here, copy this table, copy the entire thing, go over to manifold switch open, and then paste it, and then calculate coefficients, and boom, you are done. So we just adjusted the VE tables. Now this thing should run a lot closer to what it's wanting to run. So I'm gonna go ahead and key on here, and then make sure I'm disconnected from the vehicle, which I am. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna save this log right here before I forget it, because I always forget to save these logs. So we will do first SD run 08 GMC. Okay, just to compare them later. And then we're gonna go ahead and flash this thing. And on the Gen 4 stuff, if you don't make any transmission changes, you don't need to write it. So I always skip those unless I'm making transmission changes. So let it write, and then I will be right back. All right, so we got about 1 second left, and then it is complete. I'm gonna go ahead and connect. Actually, I'm gonna close this log out. I'm gonna connect to the vehicle, and then I'm gonna fire it up, and then we're gonna see if these short-term fuel trims are again. Hey, didn't break the PCM, so we're good. All right, so I'm gonna let it go into closed loop here, and then we're gonna see what all of our adjustments did. All right, so we're back, and then I'm just gonna have the camera here on the laptop, and I'm gonna show you what it's gonna do. So it'll probably run a little rich at the beginning, just because they're Gen 4s and they do that. We're gonna go back the way we came, I think, here, because there's zero traffic out today. It is a nice Saturday morning, and you can already see it's already cleaning up some of that stuff. It's running a tad rich in some little areas. I call those little spikes. I don't really worry about those like too much. It'll clean up. So the more and more we go, the better this tune's gonna get. Like I said, you can already see it's already cleaned up quite a bit, and it's running a lot better. You can feel it too. But I'm gonna get these fuel trims in within, I'm gonna try to get them within about 2%, 2 to 4%, and I think I'm gonna call it good on the VE tables, and then go from there. So another thing you can do, automatics are kind of a pain to tune, just because you can't really pick a gear. So I always just drop them down. I just drop down the 3rd gear, try to fill up some of this area right here. That's a tad lean. That ain't crazy. I've seen way way worse, but it's getting a lot better. I know that. It feels so much smoother now compared to what it did. And I'm gonna slow down a little bit more here. Get some more of those. See that 2,000 RPM? Yep, right there. That's what I need. Some of that. Get you some of that right there. Slow down a little bit more. Still in third. Try to get that one little. Yep, there we go. Got it. Got all that. I'm gonna say just various RPMs and loads, and that's exactly what that means right there. Just kind of, I'm just throttling the gas. I guess you can. I guess you guys can hear it. So, but I'm really just getting on and off the gas here, just barely touching it, and just trying to get all these little cells filled in with as much data as possible. Oh, the camera fell. Anyway, that's all I'm doing right now. I'll get. Let me fill this stuff in, and I'll get back to you on another one. All right, so I got some more data here. Mouse not moving. Mouse ain't working. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So, got some more data here. You can see it's a lot cleaner. Just a couple little ridge spots here, but a lot cleaner overall. So on this table, where I'm gonna go ahead and copy it again. Again, just rinse and repeat. So go over to your virtual volumetric efficiency table under edit, and then I don't know how it does this. Come on, go over here, and then this time I'm going to paste special, and then I'm going to go by half on this one. I don't want to overshoot it. So we're going to look at the map and see what it's looking like now. Lots better than the first one. So we're going to go ahead and smooth that one up. Boom. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to calculate the coefficients. Still not peaky. We're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this one. I'm gonna paste it to the open one, or Control V, calculate coefficients, close it out, save it, and then flash it. So right now I'm just flashing it from that last one. Getting way better and better. I'd say it probably takes you a couple of hours to do this. Do it correctly. I always focus on drivability first, and then I do the wide open throttle stuff last. So on this one, I'm still in speed density mode, haven't even gotten into it yet. Just really just fine adjusting all the idle stuff, just making it run good. You know, I want somebody to get in this thing whenever, wherever, and it actually runs and drives great. That's my main goal with all these. But yeah, this one's going pretty good. So still haven't put the wideband in. I don't think he has a bung. I thought he did. I might try my tailpipe sniffer again. The last 2 times I've done this tailpipe sniffer, it flew out and it broke my sensor. So I might try this one. Excuse me. Might try this one and keep an eye on it, I guess. Try to. So it's almost done. Let me go log some more. Okay, so we're done with VE tuning. It looks pretty good. They're within 2 to 4%, so that's fine. We're gonna turn the MAF back on, and we're gonna do MAF only tuning. So first thing we need to do is go to the DTCs, put this one back to second arrow on P0103, and on the comparison file I always load up the as found, so I know what the frequency is. That is the fail and the high, or the high and the low on the fail. So let's go to the comparison and just copy it over. So we're gonna turn the MAF back on, and then this one. Okay, and then go back to engine, and we're gonna run the MAF only. So on this one, kind of ignore the ignore what the other one said. So we're gonna have it come on at 200 RPM, and the re-enable is gonna be 100. And so now it'll be in MAF only. So we're still gonna leave the long-term fuel trims off, and we're still gonna leave the deceleration fuel cutoff off. So we're gonna rename this one MAF only. MAF only. Version 1.0. Enter. And then we're gonna flash it. All right, so I got it flashed. So close out that one, I already saved it. So on this one, we're gonna look at MAF error on this one. So I'm gonna start recording, And we're going to look up math AFR error. And that's the one we're going to be paying attention to. So this is a very linear graph. It's not a 3D graph like the old one is. Sorry, I'm waiting for these people to get from behind the truck so I don't scare them with their kid, so I can start this thing. Okay, there we go. Oh, you're good, dude. Okay, so scanning, and then on this one, it is gonna fill in data lengthwise. So it's just in hertz, and then same thing, it's gonna be in percentages. This is a lot easier than virtual volumetric efficiency dialing in. So we're gonna get these dialed in. This shouldn't take that long actually, and then after that I'm gonna adjust some timing and then go from there. All right, so we're just about done dialing in the math. It's looking pretty good still. A little bit on the rich side, that's what I want. I want it about 2%, 1%-ish. I always want some kind of cushion. But yeah, it's running great. I was sitting in a parking lot for a minute and I was messing with the idle settings and stuff, so it didn't need as much airflow because it was trying to like push through the converter and stuff, and this thing's already got a circle D converter in it. So I lowered the airflow quite a bit. I lowered the idle by 50 RPM, so it actually drives really good now. But it looks, about idling right here, it's about 5%, so nothing crazy. I mean, I got a little bit of tuning left to do, but it's looking really good, and all the spark tables look pretty good. No knock or anything, so yeah, we'll just keep on trucking with it. Like I said, I'm almost done, so I'm gonna actually start heading back to the customer's house right now, and then I think by the time I get there, it'll be done. All right, so dialing in the math table is the same concept, just a little bit easier. So go over here, just stop your log, just go over here to math error, AFR error, copy it, just like the VE table, but on this one, we're gonna go to airflow, and we're gonna go airflow versus frequency. And on this one, I'm gonna multiply it by half just because it is pretty close. And so as long as it's linear like this, that's fine. If you have a bunch of peaks and stuff in your graph, let's see if I can cover, yeah, there you go. If you have a bunch of peaks in your graph and stuff, you probably need to smooth that stuff out because you're really gonna feel that. That's gonna feel terrible. But I'm gonna leave this one alone. This one actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna flash it and then rinse and repeat. All right, so we got this one all dialed in. I'm just driving it back to the customer right now. I got it on blended mode right now, so it's actually using the VE tables and the math together. I'm still logging it. I have DEFCO on, and I have the long-term fuel trims on too, so I want to see all that stuff. As long as they're not skewed all out of whack and everything, it should be good to go. I know the wide open throttle fueling is safe, but he definitely needs a wideband bung welded in. I thought he had one, but he doesn't. I decided I'm not going to risk the sniffer again because those wideband sensors get a little pricey when you buy the fourth one. So I am going to just have them weld in a bung, and then we'll go from there. I'll do a little pull up here with it, you know, like a little 1-2 shift, and just I want to see if it actually shifts at wide open throttle first. It should. I have all the settings correct on it. So it's got a 410 gear in it with like a 32-inch tall tire, so it should shift pretty good. I think I have it set at like 6,000 RPM, like nothing crazy. That cam can go a lot higher than that, but I think for the sake of the bottom end, I don't want to really. I'll let the customer decide to do that, so I'll let him do that. But let's get up here and we'll do a little pull. Alright, here we go. I think it'll down. It should downshift it first. That's pretty good for 4.8. I'm thoroughly impressed. That 2.3 shift kind of squeaked too, so got a little scratch on the 1.2. It runs dig it. I'll check the log and see if it's got any spark knock or anything. It should. It's pretty safe. So I think next time we're gonna put a wideband on it, but I know it's plenty rich. I already know it is. So next time we'll put a wideband on it. That'll probably be next weekend, and then we'll really get it dialed in. Well, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.